Right, I just uploaded one film. Now I'm making my lunch and I'm about to upload another. So let's get straight into this. 3 cages for the Sony A7S III. $50, small rig. $60 Ulanzi, $150 8-sin. I usually, 99% of the time, have the 8-sin on because it is the most ergonomical cage. And that's why you're paying so much. It's a Polish company. They make incredible cages, really do. And if you want to look badass, I mean seriously badass and awesome on set, 8-sin is way to go. And it's not only that it looks badass, but it feels so good in your hand. But there are 2 screw-ups with this cage. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be brutally honest today. Brutally honest. It's not that I'm having a bad day, it's just that I've got a lot to film, so I've got no time to piss around. This cage has a hex screw at the bottom, which falls out. The screws on the Ulanzi and the small rig do not. So if you lose this screw, you're basically screwed or not screwed at all. All 3 cages have 2 mounting points. 3 would be pretty cool, but they have 2 mounting points. And the 2 mounting points are right here, here, and there's another little screw that goes in here, which is really cool. So you mount them at the bottom and you mount them right here in this little hole here. Can you guys see that hole right there? So 2 mounting points, which means your cage is very, very stable. They all have 3/8 on the top for your, top handle with Ari locating pins, which is great. They all have cold shoes. The small rig has it on the left, these guys have it on the right, and I think the Ulanzi has another one on the side because they're cold shoe crazy. They all have a whole lot of quarter 20s, as you can see. You probably don't need so many, but they are everywhere, all around the cages. Everywhere. Now, this, like I said, is a bad design when it comes to this screw, because we all know this is just so easy to lose, and it should be in there. One more thing that I'm sorry straight up. I love 8-sin. I use this cage all the time. I have one on that camera. I have one on that camera. These cages are literally the best in the world. But because companies rush to make the first cage so everybody buys it, I mean, there is nothing more annoying in the world than that. To actually make it work, you have to pull it out a little bit and spin it. Okay, it's not the end of the world, and I'm being picky, but it could be just that one little quarter 20 less, and we would take it out, we would spin it, and it would be fine. So that is one thing that's annoying. But ergonomically, your hand, just in these grooves, it just sits there. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Getting to the top button is fine. You can turn it. It's not too bad. And apart from that, the great thing is that you can actually take it out with the lens on, which you can do actually with these 2, but when you stick on the 2470 GM, which I use the most, or the 1635 GM, no chance. This guy has got a big hole, you're just gonna slip right through. Now, this is the cheapest one. Sorry, this is the cheapest one. They all look the same. This is the cheapest one, and let me just take out this extra screw so I can show you exactly what it looks like when it's in there. And there we go. This, ladies and gentlemen, screen will turn around. And this is a $50 cage. And it comes with a little magnetic, screwy thing that you can put in, and you can turn in this screw with a little hex thing. It's a really good one, but it's gonna be the fuggliest cage I've seen in my life. It is fugly. It's got this kind of matty, shiny kind of look. I don't know. I like my stuff to look good and be practical at the same time. I really do. It's like, the cage, the 8-sin cage is just, it's stunning. Every single thing about it is just beautiful. It's made with love, except for that silly hex thing at the bottom. The Ulanzi, $60, and I love Ulanzi, I really do. They make some great stuff, but I mean, why would there be this ugly, and the Ulanzi, the red thing? It's like, I don't know. It just looks bad. But the Ulanzi put in a groove, which means that this is also Arca Swiss compatible. So there we go. If you guys can see that, Arca Swiss. That's great, that's great. They really use their head there, and I think that's a great move. 8sin, they do have Arca Swiss on their L bracket, which is fantastic. I wish it would be incorporated in the cage as well. But fugly as it comes. Why can't there be design and functionality in the same thing? Please tell me, please tell me. When it comes to the articulating screen, yeah, we're turning it. We have got really good access to this wheel. I mean, really good access. But even though it's so good, I don't know if I wouldn't actually mind using the 8sin one, because your fingers kind of go around this thing and you turn it here, you're kind of like, it's a little bit difficult. I know I'm being picky, but I gotta be picky. They all have anchors on the side, so you can anchor your, Peak Design anchors to it, because we're all Peak Design anchored, right? Everybody. And they will have access to the battery with absolutely no problem, and the memory card with no problem. So, if I were to choose one of these and I had a small budget, I didn't care about looks, I just wanted it to work, to protect my camera, I would go for the Ulanzi. Quite honestly, I would. But if I've got a bit of money, I'm going on set, and I want to look really good. I want to look good to my client. I want to look badass, and I want the thing to feel really good in my hand if I'm holding it for a long time. 8sin, hands down, 8sin. It costs $150, but you're buying once and properly. And I mean, I get past this. I literally just flip it a little bit, and then it's fine. But the 8sin feels, looks like, Mutt's nuts, or whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful cage. It's a beautiful cage. But like I said, if you got money, 8sin, $150. If you don't, and you want something that just works and protects your camera with a cool Arca Swiss, then the Ulanzi is the one to go for. Any questions about these cages? I've been using them all quite a lot, but like I said, the 8sin mainly sits on my camera. Drop them in the comments below. If you like my film, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do it. Gonna catch you guys in the next one. Whew, 8sin is definitely the best one. Did I press that twice?